Hi, I'm Sydney, welcome back to my Flock and Squawk, and today I am making peanut brittle for my little Julymas, my Christmas in July series. I made this same exact recipe back in December for Vlogmas, and it turned out so fantastic that I'm making it again. And part of the reason why I'm making it again and using the exact same recipe instead of experimenting is because in December I brought some to my coworkers, and one of them said that it reminded her of the peanut brittle that her late mother used to make. So when I mentioned that I was going to be doing potentially a Julymas, they said that they 110% wanted more of my peanut brittle. So that's part of why I'm making it and not changing anything up, except for this time I do have a thermometer that we can use a little bit easier, better. You don't have to watch that previous video to watch this one and enjoy it, because I will be including the recipe and process here, hence it's a cook with me. But we got our peanuts, we got our corn syrup. Let's just get started with making some peanut brittle. It's not a difficult process, it's just a little more waiting, and then the stirring. The stirring I remember being a little bit stressful, but I'm making it on my own this time. My husband is not here to help me out, so let's just get right to it. Two cups white sugar, 1 cup corn syrup, and 1/2 cup water, and get that started heating. While we're waiting for the sugar and the water to heat up together, I'm going to soften my butter. This is fresh out of the freezer, but it is unsalted butter, and I only need 1/4 cup. So I'm going to pop this in the microwave, and I'm going to prep my other ingredients for their time to shine, because I don't want to be thrown off guard. Basically, once this gets to a certain temperature, I'll put it on screen because I need to double check my notes. Then you throw in the butter and the peanuts, and then once that reaches about 300, I believe, I'll put it here for certain, then you add in the baking soda and it gets all crazy, and baking soda and vanilla gets all crazy, and you pour it on your sheet and let it harden. I'll see you in a moment when things start progressing here. Let's pop this in the microwave. Alright, so we just got up to 230, which is the temperature that hopefully I had on screen earlier, and I threw in my butter and my peanuts. I did not measure the peanuts this time, this just seems like an appropriate amount. And it dropped the temperature, so now I need to just kind of let this cook and bubble and keep stirring until it reaches 300, and then pull it off the heat and we'll continue on with our making. So hopefully this shouldn't take too long. It definitely heated up a lot faster than last time. I think I was a little too nervous last time and not having a proper temperature gauge. This spatula with the temperature thermometer incorporated definitely is pretty neat, and I'm not entirely sure on its accuracy, but I'm just trusting the process. So I will check in when it is time to do the scary part of adding the baking soda. Making something like this really amplifies how hard it is to be a one-man film crew when it comes to cooking, because you look away from this for 1 second and it could easily start burning or just not go how you want, and then you're in the middle of trying to make sure you're constantly stirring but then adjusting the camera. It can really be quite the production sometimes behind the scenes doing stuff alone, but I think it's a lot of fun. It's just one of those juggling acts. What balls are you juggling? She's getting thick with 2 C's. And we are at 266 degrees Fahrenheit. Need to get to 300, so we still have a little bit to go. This is Definitely becoming an arm workout slowly but surely. 279! Oh, we're getting so close. I'll check in with you in a minute. Oh my gosh, now that it's decided to heat it up, it's going fast. We're so close to 300 and pulling it off. Oh, we're at 300, okay. Ooh, those are warm. Okay, so I'm gonna keep stirring. Ooh, I might need a hand, but I'm gonna toss in my vanilla. Ooh, yep. It's a little angry at that. Okay, gonna do that, and now it's time for baking soda. And gotta be real quick and diligent about this because it's gonna foam up. I think it might be time to pour. Like I said, I wish I had more hands to be able to show you better, but I do not. Oh, that's a little hot on the handles. Ooh, I'm gonna have to pull this out for now. We're gonna pour. Oh my gosh, she's heavy. Oh my gosh, I've gotten myself into a little bit of a pickle. I don't really want to get this all over my stove. Whew. Okay, we are adjusting. All right, loves, I think I've done my best on camera. I'm gonna go off camera for a little bit and I'll check right back in. All right, friends, here is my peanut brittle, and it needs to cool, but I was able to get a little taste out of the pot, and if you haven't had peanut brittle, it is like an ultra toasty, ultra sweet, delicious treat. It kind of has just like amplified, sugary, toasted peanut butter flavor. Super tasty, and I just need to let this cool, and so when it is fully cool tonight, I will break it up with you. Basically, you can just drop it, and it is so satisfying, which is part of why I made it originally this past Vlogmas. So I will check back in with you when it is time to break this big slab up. So it's several hours later, we are cooking dinner. My husband's behind the camera, so if you hear any ticking and whatnot, that's what it is. But here we have, it's been sitting, it's fully cooled off, hardened. I did end up putting it in the oven, completely turned off, just to protect it from our kitties and just to be completely out of the way. So I'm gonna give it a crack. We're gonna just lift it up and drop it. I didn't leave myself much on this edge, but it was not as satisfying as I hoped, but oh, we're getting more cracks. Let's just...
It's nice thick peanut brittle.
It's a little thicker than last time because working alone, it was a lot harder to
It looks good.
work with it. And I really did struggle pouring it out because the pot was so hot. But yeah. But there you have it, peanut brittle. Oh, it smells just as good. It's so toasty. And like I described, kind of is like that ultra sweet, ultra toasted, roasted peanut flavor. But
It's actually, I think being thicker makes it like seafoam. It's really good.
I don't know how well the audio picked it up because I'm using mics, but my husband said that because it's thicker, it's more akin to seafoam, which I mean, it basically is in terms of ingredients other than the peanuts. So that's a win for my husband to one of his favorite candies. So I'm gonna finish breaking this up, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you flock and squawk again with me sometime. There's a playlist for the Julymas, and then if you stick around, you'll probably end up seeing me make peanut brittle again some point, probably for Vlogmas again if I do it. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you flock and squawk again with me sometime. Bye!